What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Avalanche. Now, there is so much to break down with Avalanche, not least of which is it needs a decent price recovery point at this moment in time, and I'm going to cover that along with uh, the crypto, its ecosystem, its team, um, and my assessment of its potential. Before I do, as always, the spreadsheet's updated. The first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would smash it in this bull cycle. Um, if you invested $100 into each one of these when I released the videos and you were still holding that bag, you'd be sitting on $21,800 profit. Adding on your $2,600 investment, you'd be sitting on $24,400. Not bad, close to a 10x. Um, Only one of these coins is down, which is Grin. The rest are doing pretty well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 coins that have 10x or more, 3 coins that have 20x or more, and Phantom, which is currently 53x. I released a Udemy course on Phantom just saying why it was an absolute beast, um, and why I thought it would 100x this year. At one point, it 182x. I believe it will still hit those heights again because this bull cycle we're on the precipice of getting back into that sort of parabolic phase. Um, I've held all of them at one point or another. I've cashed out most of them um, in in profit and then put in new positions. So if you want to see the actual holdings that I've got, check out Copy My Crypto, links in the description. I know the new members that we've gained in the last couple of weeks, that should have been massive, are hugely positive, particularly being that 4 or 5 of the big coins have absolutely run wild and some of the best gainers in the last 7 days. Um, and this portfolio is built and designed to maximize gains, and it's it's primed and it's ready, and the opportunities are going to be there. And honestly, in a week's time, I reckon there's going to be a lot of coins that are 30, 40, 50% up in value. Um, it's really not going to take long now. Um, and if you are late to the party and every coin is 50% more valuable, your profits are going to drop dramatically. Don't miss this chance, guys. Do not miss it. Check out the link in the description. Right. Avalanche. Okay. Um, so Avalanche is currently priced at $15.45. um, there's a lot to break down. So in terms of the co-founders, there are 3. Now, Emin Gun Sirer, I'm butchering the name, I am sure, um, is a veteran computer scientist long associated with Bitcoin and decentralized networks. He's been concerned with Bitcoin scaling for a very long time, and the Avalanche consensus uh, is a follow-on from his research. So it allows transaction volume significantly higher than Bitcoin and competing with the likes of Visa. If you look at the transactions per second on Avalanche, staggeringly good. The other co-founders are Kevin Sekniki and Mofan Tedyin, who are associated with Cornell University. Sira is an advisor to Yin, who's undertaken a PhD in computer science. The remainder of the team is made up of computer science, economics, finance, and law experts. Now, in terms of Avalanche, before we get into no, we'll talk about the platform first. So, right. Now, Avalanche is, like I said, insanely fast. If you actually look at transactions per second, greater than 4,500 transactions per second, which when you compare to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Polkadot, that is impressive. And transaction finality is less than 2 seconds. That's bloody good. It's energy efficient because it's based on CPU. There are thousands of nodes up and running. And it is proof of stake. Now, proof of stake, I'm a huge fan of. It's a nice way of basically getting some passive income on whatever you hold. I do like proof of stake a lot. Now, what Avalanche have done is firstly, they've built a bridge between Ethereum to make interoperability as efficient as possible. It has the fastest smart contracts platform in blockchain at the moment, according to them. And I think when you compare against other blockchains, it is actually winning on that front. Um, and it does have the most validators securing its activity out of any proof of stake protocol, which is again very, very, very positive. Um, Now, yeah, in terms of current open grants, I always recommend people check the open grants out, see who's competing or who has received grants. When you know that, you can see the low cap projects that are being funded by the network or being given a grant to push forward because it's going to benefit the network. That's always something to check out. Okay, really is. Now, their roadmap for 2021 is so far the Avalanche platform is to be developed or to go into full mainnet mode. Major milestones and ecosystem projects have been sorted. Now we're moving into Q3. So when we look at the Avalanche platform, um, the main thing that they're looking for is fast synchronization of P chain and C chain, along with governance. The ecosystem projects is that they want additional global exchange listings and additional US exchange listings. Although they are listed damn near everywhere, like it's hard not to find Avalanche. And they've got an initial litigation offering. So the first ILO is going to be launched. They've created the Avalanche Ethereum bridge. So they want to make it 5 times cheaper uh, and 2 times faster than the Avalanche Ethereum bridge. So they're looking at an Avalanche Bridge V1. And they're also redesigning the wallet. Other than that, um, everything else is going pretty. I mean, to be fair, everything has been going very, very well on Avalanche. Now, I want to actually look at the ecosystem here as well. So they have got an immense amount of projects starting to build on Avalanche. They've got A Block, Alliance Block, Anchor, AnySwap, um, Avalanche. Now, Avalanche is worth keeping an eye on, guys, because that is a launch pad. Um, and I think current price point is pretty low for Avalanche last time I checked. Always keep an eye on the launch pads because they're going to have another massive run, without a shadow of a doubt. One change of trend there. Avalanche. Let's have a look. That's slow ass internet. Anyway, while we look at Avalanche, so what else? Obviously, Binance is part of their ecosystem. Well, you can buy on Binance. Bitpanda as well. Blocknet, Boring DAO, Cartesi, Chainlink. I mean, they've got some real impressive cryptos on here. Cyberfi, DSLA protocol. Although I was under the impression DSLA was Elrond. Probably both at this point. Injective. Yeah, I mean, it's massive. It's massive, massive, massive. Trust swap. So yeah, they're really Ren. Like I say, the Orion Math Wallet. You're seeing tons, right? We've got a real impressive list of cryptos that are associated or dealing with Avalanche in terms of infrastructure. Like I said, the Avalanche Ethereum bridge, Boring DAO, which I'm a big fan of Boring DAO, and Taurus, which is the SDK stuff. They're looking really good. Avalanche is currently priced at 80 cents, although there is really very little information here. It is genuinely worth keeping an eye on this. Like I said, in terms of something I really am, and I want people to keep an eye on, and I'll keep reminding people, is everything comes in waves, and we're experiencing two waves per um, category this site over this year. DeFi's had its first real wave, set for a second. Launchpad's had a first wave, set for a second. They'll probably go hand in hand. NFTs had one huge wave, and to be fair, NFTs are really picking up lately as well. So they look like they're in already pushing for their second wave. Um, Gaming, whether it's play to earn cryptos or gaming cryptos, they've had a first wave, and a lot of the play to earn ones have had a second wave. Um, so it's really worth keeping an eye on stuff like launchpads because they're due a second wave. Like I say, ecosystem for Avalanche is massive. In terms of technology, it's probably one of the best. It probably is the best smart contract platform. I mean, we're still waiting on stuff like Cardano. We're still waiting to see what Elrond potentially can do. But right now, Avalanche is probably the best in terms of speed, usability. Sorry, in terms of speed, not usability yet, but it isn't bad on that regard anyway. Ethereum's still the king for all of that. But DeFi is looking better and better and better the more you're seeing being built on Avalanche. One thing I want to point out for Avalanche now, if we look at all-time high, looking at $55. Okay, if you actually look at Avalanche compared to the 200-day moving average, we are quite a bit below it. Quite a bit below it. In fact, if you look at roughly where we are to where we've got to get to, you're looking at about a 48% increase. Now, that's a big ask. 50% basically it's got to go up to break past the 200-day moving average. Now, people will be going, well, why does that matter? The pace of which that a crypto or that an investment moves in large part is related to that 200-day moving average. It's only one factor. Make no mistake about it. But when you see a coin break through the 200-day moving average, it doesn't actually take that long for it to really build momentum. A great example of that is Ethereum. So if we look at ETH, Ethereum broke past the 200-day moving average 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And since then, if you look, it's gone up from $2,094 up to $3,100. It's literally gone up 50% in the 2 weeks since it broke through that 200-day moving average. And we're seeing that in multiple coins. Once they start breaking through the 200-day moving average, they move and they move fast. But until they hit that 200-day moving average, the price is quite stagnant. So I do want to bear in mind, while I think Avalanche is a brilliant project and one that is worthy of investing in, like I still believe it's probably a $60 to $80 coin for this bull cycle. Next one, probably far more. But it's got a long way to go. It's got to gain 50%, a bit more than that, to break through the 200-day moving average. So it might take genuinely another week or another couple of weeks to break through the 200-day moving average before it then picks up the momentum. So immediately, initially, I'd be looking at other cryptos that have just broken through the 200 days. So as an example, I'm pretty sure XRP did last night. Yeah, XRP did last night, and that looks like that's going to hold as resistance. I think also Holochain broke through its 200-day. Yeah, it broke through today. So as long as the daily candle closes above 8/10 of a cent, I expect Holochain will have a really positive run. And I'd be looking at those in the short term. And when Avalanche finally breaks through its 200-day moving average, then I would look at an investment. Because I do believe it's going to do very well again. I believe it's going to have a second run, but it's got a decent amount of resistance. Remember that 200-day moving average is resistance. Now, until it breaks through, it's a resistance point. We're seeing it with Bitcoin. We're actually seeing it in the last day or two. With Bitcoin, the 200-day moving average is a resistance level, which it can't seem to break through. And I was saying, I think it's going to end up doing this sort of behavior pattern. I don't think it's necessarily going to just break straight through. I hope it does, because we know that's a good sign for the crypto market. But it was resistance yesterday, and today it's being that 200-day moving average is resistance. If it has a daily candle above it, parabolic. We'll start seeing the market move and move fast. But Avalanche, absolute beast, absolute beast. Just on the technical capabilities, it's far better than competing blockchains. It just is. It just is. It doesn't necessarily have the hype of a Polkadot, but it is awesome. And we'll have a look at staking. Okay, so the staking rewards for Avalanche. Most people will delegate because it's a lot easier than running a validator node. It means you've got to have all your computers on all the time. Your APR is 9.74%. So if you were to compound it, obviously it would be more than that. Your APY would be better. If you click on Advanced Calculator, I think you can actually work out the APY. So compound rewards. So if you click compound rewards, say you start with, I don't know, what's its current price point? 60, so 16 bucks. So we'll start with, let's say 63, because that'll roughly put it on a, okay, fine. 65, just over $1,000. So your reward would be 10.23% across the year, which is not bad. Okay, that is not bad at all. 10.23% is pretty good. You get your rewards per day. What you do have to bear in mind is you have a lockup period for Avalanche, which is a minimum of 14 days. So you do bear that in mind, because if all of a sudden the market starts tanking and your stuff's locked up for 14 days, you might end up selling a coin at a significantly lower price than you would like. All in though, Avalanche, this bull cycle, 80 is sort of conservative. That's only a 5 and a bit X. Realistically, I think you're probably it could max out at around 120. 120 bucks, that's about an 8x. That'll put it on about 20 billion, 21 billion market cap, which is definitely achievable. So I'd say 120 bucks. So tell me what you guys think this year. Bear in mind, I'm only saying this year. 4 years, 5 years down the line, after the next halving and the next bull cycle, could be far greater. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section. As always, guys, check out Copy My Crypto. Honestly, the coins that I'm holding have absolutely pumped in the last week or so. I know the market's done well, but my coins have been outperforming the market. If you want to see what I'm holding and get the benefits and get a balanced portfolio that's just built to maximize gains, then this is the link for you. Check it out. Like I say, links in the description. Take care, guys.